So you're into music, right?
Yes, it's a really big part of my life.
Yeah. Do you remember or have been told when your earliest exposure to music was?
Oh wow. Since I was a baby,
Yeah.
um, I, grew up with music. My mom, she would always put on like Prince or
Hmm.
Michael Jackson or Madonna, and she would dance with me and stuff. So ever since, my whole life, I've been around music.
Hmm. And as you grew older and was in your teen years, how important to you was music then?
Very that was around the time that I started going to like live shows and going to concerts
Hmm.
with my friends and stuff. And yeah, that was a big part of my teenage years, definitely going to see live music.
Hmm.
And it just made me happy and it was fun. And I was always that person that was like right up by the front of the stage. And I probably have
Hmm.
hearing damage
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
that.
Oh, well. Hmm.
But, you know, that's just always been me.
Hmm. The damage was for a good reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In your teen years, uh, when did you mostly listen to your music? During hard times or with friends or when?
Pretty much all the time.
Hmm.
Music did help me a lot when I was struggling and having difficult times.
Hmm.
And I still have some songs like to this day that I'll listen to and I can go back to that time and remember what I was going through
Hmm.
and how it helped me. And but then also just for fun and for enjoyment and with friends and just all the time.
Yeah. Did you ever have one person in particular who you would share your music with and they would share theirs with you?
I've always had like a small group of friends,
Hmm.
some like some really close friends. So like in high school, I had like 3 or 4 like really best friends that I
Hmm.
would share music with, and they would, share music with me, and we would like make CDs for each other, like back when
Hmm.
we were using like LimeWire to download music,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we would
Hmm.
make mix CDs for each other and stuff like that. So that was always really fun too, getting to, share music with your friends and
Hmm.
discover new bands and stuff that you didn't know before.
With those friends, were y'all musical like tastes similar or different so you were exposed to different stuff?
Um, it was kind of a mix of both. We
Hmm.
did like a lot of the same type of music, but some of us also liked some different stuff. One of my friends in particular, I remember was really into like techno and like dance type music. So, he would share a lot of that stuff with me and I enjoyed that too. I like a lot of different genres of music, so that was fun too. And then also just like sharing similar interests in music with other friends was nice too.
Hmm. You mentioned going to concerts. When you did go your the concerts, do you remember when your first concert was?
Oh man, I do. So I do remember when I was younger, like before a teenager, my first almost concert
Mhm.
was to see Britney Spears.
Oh well, yeah. Mm.
But my mom was only able to get one ticket and I couldn't go by myself, so we ended up having to sell my ticket because we couldn't get another one. So ended up not going, but I think the earliest like real concert that I can
Uh-huh.
remember after that is Probably Warped Tour, like 2008 or 2009.
Oh wow.
Before that, I was going to like local shows, at small venues and stuff. But
Yeah.
I think that was my first like music festival, like big concert type thing.
Yeah. And did that experience get you wanting to go to more concerts of that scale?
Oh yes, definitely. It was so much fun, even though it was so hot and there were some times where I felt like I was going to pass out.
Yeah.
It was still just so much fun and I just wanted to go all the time.
Yeah. Being so into music, you ever tried or thought about making music?
I actually have a little bit. When I was a teenager, I used to play guitar
Hmm.
and I wrote like a couple of little, not like really full songs, but just like pieces of songs. And I used to play covers of songs and I would
Uh-huh.
sing. Um, I would post them on YouTube. So I have some really old videos of me playing and singing on YouTube from like over 10 years ago.
Yeah. They still there. They exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And listen to music and hearing instruments, what's your favorite instrument to hear and listen to?
Oh man. I would say it's a really close tie between like piano or keyboard and guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I really love both sounds. Um, Especially like acoustic guitar and just like acoustic songs are
Yeah.
really nice to listen to. And I used to play an acoustic guitar as well. And but also piano and like synth,
Hmm.
type stuff. I really, really enjoy that kind of music too. So I don't know. I would say they're pretty equal.
Yeah. Your love of like guitar, acoustic guitar, did that influence you to want to play it back then?
Yeah, well, I had actually started out with an electric guitar. My first guitar that I got was an electric guitar. Um, and then as my like style kind of changed around that time, and
Yeah.
I started getting more into like indie type music versus like the emo stuff that I was listening to all the time.
Uh-huh.
Um, so as my taste like changed and expanded at that time, I wanted to play an acoustic guitar. So I ended up getting an acoustic guitar for graduation, my high school graduation.
Oh,
And
mhm.
I played for several years. Um, but then, life happened and
Yeah.
I met my now husband and, we moved in together and, life just happened and I kind of stopped playing as much. So I haven't played in a really long time, but every once in a while I'll still pick it up and try to, remember a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Which one of your favorite artists that you listen to all the time?
Well, anyone who knows me knows that I love this band called Night.
Hmm.
They're also really good friends of mine that I've known since high school. But their music has just like really touched me in like ways and it's really helped me a lot and
Hmm.
it means a lot to me. So they're definitely my favorite band to listen to. And it's also really cool that they're friends of mine. So I help promote them a lot and work with them and go to all of their shows in the Dallas area. And that's really awesome.
You said that you've known the band Night since high school. Did they started making music that you were into, or you got into their music?
Um, so they have been night for like 10 years, or I think
Uh-huh.
next will be 10 years. So I have always liked their music, but I guess for some reason, it didn't really like hit me the way it did 2 years ago when I kind of reconnected with them.
Hmm.
So I would say that I have more like grown to like their style of music, but I have also always liked their music. It just didn't like resonate with me the same way as it does now,
Okay.
if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. With Night being your one of your favorite artists, favorite bands to listen to, does the music help get you through different moments in your life?
Absolutely.
Mm.
Um, yeah, it last year was a really, really difficult year for me, and their music helped me so much. Like I can't even really describe it because it's so personal,
Mm-hmm.
but it just like really helped me get through those dark times and brought joy into my life that
Hmm.
was hard for me to find in other places at the time. So, yeah, it was just like really helpful, and it just like spoke to me, and it just made me happy.
Right. Speaking about what their music done for you, is music able to change your mood easily?
Um, I would I would say so. There's a lot of times music can, get me feeling like hyped up or like pumped up, or, certain songs can make me cry, just
Mm-hmm.
because, like I remember one time specifically, my husband played a song for me. I had never heard this song before, and he just like randomly came across it and was like, "This song is really sad. You should listen to it."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I listened to it and I just started bawling.
Yeah.
I was like, this never, like, that never happens. It was just weird, but just listening to the lyrics and just trying to like feel what that person was feeling
Mm-hmm.
just made me really emotional, and I just got really sad, and I was like, "Why did you do that?"
Yeah. Does he oftentimes bring you music to check out, like new music that he know you'll probably like?
He does, like, pretty often, I would say. He likes to listen to music while he's working, and sometimes come from work and be like, "Oh, hey, I heard this song today, you should listen to it." And I try to, play music for him as well, but we kind of have different tastes in music, but we can still enjoy what each other listens to as well.
Right. That's good. That's good. Currently, what's three of your favorite songs?
Um, One of my like most favorite songs is one by Night, of course, and it's called Never Leave Me Alone.
Hmm.
And it's from their album Sleepless that came out in 2020. And it's not really like one of their most popular songs, but that song, like the lyrics just really resonate with me. And it's really powerful to me. And just like, I just love everything about that song. It's just amazing. And also one of my favorite songs of all time is Enjoy the Silence by Depeche Mode.
Hmm.
Um, pretty much everyone knows that song.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of my favorite songs. And Another one, I'm trying to think of songs that are not just by night.
Right, right.
um, let's see. What is another one? Honestly, the only other one that comes to the front of my mind right now is another song by Night, and it's one of their older songs called "We Were Strong," and yeah, that's just like another like really meaningful song for me, and it's one of my favorites.
Hmm. Listening to music basically your whole life and knowing what you like, can you be able to tell if you like a song as soon as you hear it within like a couple seconds of hearing it?
It really depends. Like sometimes I can't, and sometimes I like a song right away, but there's also times where I have to listen to it a few times.
Right.
And then I'm like, and then I can get into it and be like, okay, I really like this song. Whereas maybe like the first couple times I wasn't really sure.
Hmm.
So it just depends.
And what's one musical artist or band that you want to see live in concert?
Well, Night, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
I have actually seen them live 20 times
Oh
in the
wow.
last 2 years.
Uh, and
So
and how much
uh,
years again?
in 2 years,
Oh wow. Hmm.
yeah. So after we reconnected in 2020, I saw them play on Halloween that year.
Hmm.
The first time I had seen them in maybe 5 or 6 years. And then I saw them play on Halloween this year, and that was my 20th show of theirs.
Oh wow. Wow.
Like
Yeah.
crazy how it worked out that way.
Did did they ever express to you that you're like their biggest fan or anything like that?
um, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, pretty much. I know they do have, a pretty like decent following, and they do
Hmm.
have really big fans, but um I feel like I'm pretty well known in like the night community.
Yeah.
Um I have actually kind of helped like bring the night community together, as I have started like a fan group for them on Facebook, and we have a group chat on Instagram as well. And I'm constantly reaching out to new people to like tell people about them and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
a lot of people just know me as like part, I, uh, as kind of like part of the team, I guess, because, I
Yeah.
work with a lot and I help promote them a lot. So I don't want to say that I'm like part of the band or anything, but I would say that I am definitely like part of their team.
Right. I get that. If you could see any dead musical artist perform, who would you want to see?
Oh, um, that is a tough one that I haven't really thought about.
Do you have a lot of artists that you listen to who are dead, no longer living?
um, Actually, probably like Prince or Michael Jackson.
Hmm.
Um, Either one of them would be amazing to see live, I'm sure. And I definitely grew up with their music. So I feel like that would be a really cool experience.
Yeah, yeah. Good choices.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like there's too much music out there that it's overwhelming to get to it all, to be able to hear it all?
Sometimes I feel like yes and no, because I feel like artists should always be creating and making new music, but there's also like right now I have a list of bands that I still want to listen to that friends have told me about that I
Hmm.
just haven't gotten to yet. And there's so much music out there that hasn't been discovered either. And that's part of the reason why I help promote Night so much because there
Hmm.
is so much out there and it's so hard for artists to get discovered and to get exposure. And there's like so many incredibly talented artists out there that never get seen or heard just because there's so much out there, and it's like such a big world. It's just hard to like get yourself out there as an artist.
Right. Do you ever feel like you're too obsessed with music?
Um, I I would say like I don't really feel like I am, but sometimes I think other people might think I am.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like, I mean, I've definitely had some family members be like, "Why are you so obsessed with this band?"
Yeah.
But to me, it's just what makes me happy, and so it doesn't really bother me. And if one person doesn't understand that, then it is what it is.
Right. As long as you're happy and you understand what's going on, then.
Yeah.
And from one music lover to another who may be watching, what's a message that you want to give to them?
Oh man. One thing I would say is to just like share your music with people. Like share music with your friends, with your family members. I mean, at least for someone like me, I always really enjoy when friends share music with me, like new music. And sometimes I have discovered new favorite bands that way. And I just feel like it's a really good way for people to connect with each other. You know, there's like going to concerts. There's so many people there, and all of those people there love the band that you're going to see. So you can like turn around any direction and make a friend instantly, pretty much, which
Hmm.
I think is really awesome. So I just feel like music is a really great way to bring people together and just don't be afraid to to talk to people and to share your love of music with people. And yeah, I think that's what I would say.
Okay. Well, thank you for this interview, and I appreciate you sitting here and talking with me. All right. Thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Hmm. All right. Bye.
Bye.